Hello, Lori dear. We are indeed here, and we are thankful to be with you and your viewers in this time, these now moments. We are experiencing a lot of what you are experiencing there on Mother Earth in these days of intensity. We also are experiencing some intensity on our side of things. For when you are going through an intense time, we also are going through an intense time, as we here on this side of things are working in many ways to help many of you upon Mother Earth. And so when things get a little bit intense on Mother Earth's surface, we also get a little bit intense up here, as you could say. We know that there is a lot more going on in the world than the US elections. However, we do feel we need to make one more video that is about keeping calm during this time of the US elections. And we know that many of you will understand that this election in the US indeed is larger and does affect more people in the global community than the US. We do want to say that we usually do not make videos. We do not speak exclusively on the US. We know that Lori dear and her family are here in Wisconsin in the US. However, we feel that this video needs to be done, as there is a lot of intensity that is brewing around this subject, around this reality. And we need to get the word out to as many as we can to keep calm. Now, we know that the number of viewers on these particular videos is rather small at this point. But it is and may be interesting to know that when we do make these videos and we bring our energy forth through Lori dear to all of you, the viewers, it does expand more than just you, Lori dear, and the videos, as this energy is then brought to Mother Earth through the vehicle of channeling. When we are in the skies, you could say, we are not able to bring forth our energy in such a direct manner. We are honoring the sovereignty of humanity at this time, and we are in the skies, and we will bring forth our energy. But one of the most powerful ways we can do that is through channelers at this time, and there are many that we are working with. It is not just Lori dear. When we bring forth our energy through a channel, it comes through the channel and it comes then out through into the space, into Mother Earth, in a way that we cannot do if we do not use channelers. So we are at this time bringing forth our calming energy to many at this time. Not only to people who are indeed channeling for humanity, but through people in general. There are many of you that we are bringing forth our calming energy, as this is what is needed at this time. We often have spoken to Lori dear about the reality that what we may worry about may indeed be way worse than what is actually going to happen. There will be some turbulence in the next few days. However, it will not be as bad as most of you are thinking. We know there are a lot of words about civil war, and we would like to say at this time we do not see a civil war on the horizon. We do see some turbulence in various parts of the US, but we do not see a one kind of like a one big, like everyone gets together and there's somehow some sort of coordinated civil war that is about to happen. That is not the case. There will be turbulence because, as we all know, this election is very close. It is very close to 50-50. There is some difference here and there, and it is constantly changing on each side. Now, we'd like to say whoever wins this election, there will be turbulence because of that 50-50 and because of the strong feelings on both sides. We would also like to say that there are what we would like to say, we would like to call the awakened collective There are both, what you could say, people that are in the pro-Democrat side and the pro-Republican side, or would identify for this election as voting for a Democrat or as voting for a Republican. It doesn't mean that they are specifically a always Democrat or an always Republican. People change, people can change their mind, and even though they might identify as more of a Democrat, they might vote more Republican, and vice versa. So we would like to say that in the awakened community, there is not just one way of thinking or perceiving or understanding. So in a very real way, in the awakened collective, we would say it's not 50-50, but it is somewhere around the lines of 40-60 in a certain direction. And it's not important to us which direction that is, because we would like to say that from our perspective, it is not as important who wins this election, because what is going to happen with the ascension process is still going to happen. There will be some differences depending on who does win the election, but it's not going to be extreme differences. We do not see a collapse of everything if one or the other wins this election. We see some turbulence and we see some adjustment. We see some long-term changes that will begin to come into effect, continually come into effect. There is indeed a collapse of the systems that is happening, and that will continue. But we do not see that there will be a huge explosion because of this election. And the media might want you to think that it's all just going to be, everything will be disrupted. Everything will fall apart. There will be a civil war. There will be anarchy. There will be fighting. We would say there will be some disturbances, but they will be smaller and they will be in specific areas, and it will not be a coordinated event. There's no coordination going across the United States happening. We can tell you that directly. There are going to be a lot of people that no matter who wins will be upset, because it's about 50-50. I mean, there is some change there, and it won't be exactly 50-50 on the day of the election. But we're trying to say it's close. So no matter what, there are going to be people that are very disturbed because the other person won, no matter what. So there's going to be disturbances, but we do not see a huge, what's that word? I hear the word they're trying to say, but it's not, I don't know, I'm just going to give up. What we're trying to say is there's not going to be a huge blow up, a huge disturbance happening. So now that that's out of the way, we do want to say that, but we also want to say that as the awakened collective, it is an opportunity for us to bring forth our energy from us, from the skies down to you, but also for you to humanity. We are asking that for all of you that are watching this video, and all of you that are feeling the effects of this video, whether you are watching this or not, we're asking those who are affected by this video to exhibit calm, and to bring calm, and to bring a tolerance, and even more than tolerance, we would say a love, an affection, a compassion for your fellow neighbors, for your brothers and sisters, because whether you like it or not, there are others in the awakened collective that think and feel and will vote the opposite of you. And they will feel just as strongly, and they'll wish, oh, I wish, and they might not understand that others in the awakened collective will think and feel and vote differently than them. And that is just the way it is because of the division, the divisive energy now on Mother Earth. Now, we would like to say that after this election, we feel that as the initial turbulence slows down some, there will be a coming together of the awakened collective in a way that isn't happening quite yet now. It isn't happening now, but after the election, there will be a reflection, there will be understanding, there will be more of a beginning to come together. So even within the awakened collective, there'll be more of a unity that is forming. And we see this as very, very important, because we have talked before on this channel that the awakened collective is not just one group of people. It is many, 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 like so many groups of people around the globe. We are speaking specifically today in these moments about the US election. However, when you think about the Awakened Collective globally, there are so many different groups, cultures, ways of seeing, ways of perceiving, goes through religions, goes through people who are not identify as being a religion. There are so many people that are within the Awakened Collective, and we have talked about this before, but for us it really comes down to the basic foundation is if a person believes in a soul, that they indeed have a soul, and there is a possibility of eternal life. That right there is the first foundational thing. There are many upon this earth who believe there is no soul. And they believe when they live and then they pass, there's darkness. Or there's something, but it's not about eternal life, about continuing to live, about just moving from one room to another, you would say, of life. So that's the very basic foundation. So if you think about that, how many people upon this planet believe that there is indeed a soul? That is a great amount of people that transverse through many different ideologies, many different religions, many different ways of seeing, perceiving, many different cultures. So the Awakened Collective from our perspective is very, very large, larger than you may think. However, we would say there is a great deal of division within the Awakened Collective right now. There is also a great deal of division in general, it's generally in humanity. And we would say there is a great deal of division between those who are in the Awakened Collective and those are not. What we mean is the waters can get testy depending on who you're talking to and who you're spending time with. And we know that many of you, regardless of where you live right now, you have to be kind of careful of how you talk to someone, how you approach somebody. This is this divisive energy. Now we would like to say that as we move forward, there will be more calamities, you could say, more things that will be happening on Mother Earth, we could say catastrophes, that will be happening, that will not make humanity extinct by any measure, but there will be pockets of this happening continually going forward as it has already begun. And this will bond humanity together. This will bring neighbor and neighbor together, regardless of their belief, regardless of their politics, regardless of anything else. They will understand the need to live from the heart and to lead, and the need to acknowledge the unity of humanity, the unity of coming together, working together, helping each other. So we would like to say that as time moves forward, yes, there is this divisive energy that is here, but as these things happen upon the earth, as it is the time for these things to happen upon the earth, this will give humanity an opportunity to come together in ways they have not yet previously, or we could at least say not yet for a while. It's been very divisive for a while. But whenever something happens in a community, and everyone understands this, when something happens that can be just destructive or disfiguring or changing something very quickly, okay, it doesn't have to be completely destructive, but something that can change everything in a community very quickly. What happens is humanity comes together, the community comes together. There is a unity. There's an understanding that we are in the human race. There is more that is similar. There's more that is in common that is not. But right now, especially with this US election, there is the opposite feeling, that there is such a divisive, like it's like the waters have parted. It's like Moses is walking through that water and it's just like this side and this side. And we would like to give the analogy of that water coming in and falling in, and what would happen then is that it wouldn't matter if who is on this side or who is on that side. There would be a mixture, there'd be a fight and a will to help each other to the shore. So we hope we've been clear in that this election is going to happen, that there will be surprises, there will be some turbulence, there'll be some events that will happen, but it will not be completely disfiguring, completely changing everything within the United States. Not at all. There will be some change. We want you to, as much as possible, to continue your lives in calm and in joy. Find that which you love and do it, regardless of what is happening out here. Try and do the best that you can to, we want to say stay away. You're not going to be able to stay away from the media, and you're going to be very interested in what's happening with the election in general. But just keep it to a minimum. You know, look a couple times a day, maybe, not prolonged hours. When someone's watching TV or on your phones for prolonged hours, that's when the damage can come within your psyche. And the media wants you to be watching for prolonged hours. That's always something to think about, is to try and get yourself away for some time and then come back for a short period of time and then take yourself away is so much better than watching for prolonged hours. You just pull yourself in ways you don't even know that is pulling in, and before you know it, you feel lost. You feel like you don't know what you think. You feel fragile. And that is what is wanted for those who want to pull you in to all of these outside things that are outside of your own self. When you're watching something prolonged like that and something that's dissonant, it's going to pull your heart out of alignment. It's going to pull your whole energy body out of alignment. Did you see that? I was like, I think I'm hearing a giant come. I don't know what that was. It was a beautiful deer. Okay. I think they were a little scared. They came up and were surprised. Okay. In conclusion, we want to express that we love you all. And we appreciate those of you who have taken the time to listen to this. And we appreciate that our energy is able to come through Laura Deer and out into Mother Earth at this time. We are trying to support Mother Earth. And although we know that this time is very intense, it will pass. It will happen. It'll be a day after the election before you know it. It will pass. So try and do the things you love. Try and be in a state of calm. Come in and listen or watch, and then come out for some time. More time away, and then come back in for a little bit. We have enjoyed spending time here with you in these moments. This is a beautiful, beautiful earth that you are on, that you are within. You are all very beautiful to us. We want to send our love to you, our energy of calm to you. We love you greatly. We are the Acturians, the Palladians, the Council of Nine, and the Council of Light. Adieu and adieu. Coming through Xanadu and then through Laura Deer. That'd be a good ending with the deer.
It's quite the kerfuffle.
That's what I was trying to say. Kerfuffle. Did you know I was trying to say that? Kerfuffle. Okay. You're not high-fiving me?